Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Sonny Farm. This is by Brenon Gaming, Shantyboys Map Creations. 54.01 megabytes download. There are no required mods to download. There are no custom crops. Contracts are available. It says there are 25 collectibles. I haven't come across one actually. Slot count on all three, new farm manager start from scratch, is 1,190. So you do start with everything, equipment and machinery. There is a caveat to that, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. I got the slot count down to 976 by removing all of the vehicles and machinery. And at the farm, the main farm, you can remove all of the buildings and stuff as well. So if you want to go clean slate, you absolutely can. The map looks like this. This is big farming stuff. So when I say contracts are available, if there's one showing, spraying's 11. I had one pop up earlier when I was doing my prep. It was like 66 grand, I think it was, for fertiliser in one of the fields. So, you know, there's some big fields here. And it depends, obviously, what game mode you come onto. On New Farmer, we start with the main farm, which is here. And we start with Field 1, which is 3,126,000. I mean, it's a massive field. And obviously then the prices, as you would expect for the size fields, are pretty high. We have some forestry. There are some bits and bobs to do if you want to do a bit of forestry. And there are some smaller fields as well. Now we do have some plots that we're going to purchase. I think two or three plots we're going to buy. Now, the caveat is this. It's the only downside. And when I say big farming, wait till we get to the main farm. The equipment machinery is insane. So the main farm plot is this one, plot 30. That's 9,126,312 because it's not just the farm, it's what I would normally refer to as the verges, the periphery. So all of this extra stuff, you get all of that with the start farm, which is great. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't own the land. So the problem is, that's a lot of money. You have all the equipment and machinery is at your disposal. That's there. That's always there if you've got the equipment and machinery. But yeah, it's personally I would have preferred if the farm was separate and then the periphery. That would make more sense. But anyway, that's the situation. I'm making you aware of what's there. So that's the main farm. We are going to purchase though plot 19, which is that little plot just there, which will do that. And then we've got that plot there is a Placeables plot. That plot there is a Placeables plot. We are also going to purchase plot 20 up there. And we're going to get plot 27, which was just there. They're not too expensive, and with those you do get the productions that come with them. Talking of productions, so what we've got available is bakery, grain mill and oil mill. There's not a biogas plant on the map actually. We start with two large greenhouses. On the land I've just purchased has given us carpentry, sawmill and cement factory. So these two we start with, they're at the main farm, and then the other three are on the bits of land we've just purchased. Now it does say in the description as well, the carpentry has got larger capacities and outgoing products. That's been adjusted slightly for the map. I don't think has the sawmill been adjusted. I'm not too sure. It doesn't mention the sawmill. Anyway, it does say in the description that this map is dedicated to, I think it's Brenon Gaming, to their grandfather, and that their father helped them with some of the stuff on the map. Anyway, yeah, like I say, I like straightforward. When you've got a lot of map tours to do, and when you've had a lot of maps, and you've had a lot of maps that are complicated, straightforward is good. So we start here. There's no sleep trigger at this farmhouse where we start. And I don't know if do we own the land for that? Is this part of the, I'd better double check that. It is part of the verges, the periphery. So there are plenty of modded sleep triggers and stuff. If you wanted to have a sleep trigger there, you can. There is one up at the main farm as well. We do start with an older pickup and we do start with a more modern looking vehicle too. I'm going to go with the more modern one just to whip around the map a little bit quicker. So we'll go past the first Placeables point just here. There's some really nice features on this as well. Well, you'll see as we get to this bit here. So we've got this sort of lake area. We've got a bit of low-lying mist, and the restaurant is here. Very nice indeed. And then we've got this sort of low-lying, boggy water. It's just a nice feature. It's a cool touch. I like it. Across the way there, we have got farm building construction. So if you want to do that, you can bring stuff to that and you can build that up gradually if you wish. And then if we follow this track along, you do get the message saying don't drive too deeply in the water, that kind of thing, but this kind of trackway follows its way around, and this takes us to the carpentry. So out through some of the woodland, we've got another bridge to go over here. This would make a great mill pond, actually. But it's a big map. There's a lot of scope for, like I say, you can put them wherever you want then. There's plenty of room. It's not like there's a shortage of room. If I try, there you go. We don't end up driving too deeply, but it gives you the warning anyway. If we follow that all the way around, we'll come to the edge. Don't go too far to the left, that's all. And then heading through here, it brings us right the way through the trees to the carpentry. Little shack. Good to go. Whoa, mind the trees. And there is plenty of forestry to do. There you have it. There's your carpentry. Just there. I'm going to head back along this track and back out onto, I say, the main road. I guess, yeah, technically it's the main road. So I'll see you back out there. It's just a reverse of the route we've just done. So as we head across the Placeables point just here, oh, you know what I've forgotten to do. Build mode. Didn't show the build mode. There's nothing under sheds. Added in under silos. We do have an NL16 22 16,000, but that's been modified for 50 million litres. That is standard crop type, so it's not a multi-fruit silo. The bale and pallet storage has been amended for 500 pieces rather than 250. And then we've got a milk silo for 2 million litres. And when you get to that, that's one you can fill up yourself if you want to. So you kind of refill it, and you've got the option for all of the milk, all of the milks, you know, all of them. On there. Oh, hang on, that wasn't all, was it? Silos we had under containers. Just there, we've got lime station. The lime station, this one, we've got seed fertilizer and lime, which can be purchased. And there, under tools, we have there the gas station available. Nothing under farmhouses. Factories had the carpentry, so right at the very bottom, we've got the amended carpentry just there. And then the other thing I put down was I put paint. There seems to be a lot of paint textures for landscaping. Is that more than the base game? And it's difficult to tell. Sometimes the map doesn't have many, and sometimes they have loads. And anyway, there's a load of paint textures there. So as far as landscaping goes and blending things in, you've got some choices. I think that was all that was under build mode added in. I can't believe the map's only 54.01 megabytes download. I know it's not overly complicated, but that's still a lot of map. There's a lot of trees, there's a lot of detail. Anyway, come up here. The next of those Placeables plots that we looked at the map at the start, well, it's just to the right there. To our left, grain mill. Vehicle shop is just here. And the workshop trigger is round behind it. So vehicle shop, workshop trigger. And the reset point, and when I say the reset point is here, this long concrete section here that runs, actually let's take that off farmland, this long concrete section, and when I reset the vehicle I'm in now, just to see where it would reset to, it reset right out here. So if you reset something and you're wondering why it's not, if you're looking here and wondering where it is, it resets right out there. Gives you plenty of space for big equipment and machinery though, which is pretty cool. Across the way, that large building there is your oil mill. That building next to that there is your bakery. Then out on the end we have got our animal dealer. So animal dealer point at the front, animal dealer sell point just there, and around the back of the building is your liquid manure and your manure purchase points. So that's the bottom section, the main chunk of the map, I guess, for your sell points. And what we're going to do now is we're going to head up to the farm, and then we're going to go up to the top end of the map for the last of the sell points and bits and bobs. Honestly, I mean, I've done a lot of map tours recently. We've had a lot of maps recently, and this is one of 5 that I need to do today. I'm not going to get 5 map tours done today. And then I don't doubt Giants are going to drop more mods and potentially more maps, which will add to my misery. No, it's not misery, is it? But it's just... you have a glut where you have nothing but ages, and all of a sudden it's like everything. I suppose they're trying to clear the decks for Christmas, aren't they? There was a message that went out yesterday to modders and stuff. I don't think they've done a full announcement, release, blog post or anything like that yet, about Christmas releases and mod testing. Mod testing is sort of going to continue, and it does mention the fact that mods will still potentially be releasing up until the middle of next week. Well, the middle of next week is Christmas. Christmas Eve is Wednesday, Christmas Day is Thursday, so middle of next week is Christmas Eve. And it does mention not special mods, but I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be like a scheduled drop, or there might be something a little bit more than standard, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then what happens after that, I genuinely don't know. It was kind of descriptive but vague all at the same time. Anyway, 50 out of a potential 237 cows we have here. They're all out in the field. And then this has got a feed robot. Manure heap is just here. The feed robot is actually, it's got a load of stuff in it already, so it's kind of prepped and good to go. You've got a load of feed in there, and then on the hour the robot will do its thing. If we come in the bottom right, we've got hay, we've got silage, we've got straw, mineral feed. It's all in there. There's a little bit of manure, a little bit of milk already. So yeah, they're cracking along. So on the hour, that will keep coming around, grabbing that. At least to start off with, you're good to go. And this is the milk silo. As I said, just here. Actually, I might go up the side of there rather than go back out to the main road. So you can take out from this, but there you go. 2 million litres. Milk, buffalo milk, goat milk. All the milks. I don't consider like almond milk and soy milk and things like that to be... They're not, that's not milk. It's not. Sitting on a stall, milking an almond, there's something wrong with that. Something fundamentally wrong with that. There's your lime station, the one that does your seed fertiliser and lime. And this is where we get our first glimpse of the sorts of equipment and machinery we've got here. So, two of those, monsters, absolute monsters. But I say it's big field work, so I guess it would be, wouldn't it? Bale and pallet storage, 500 items. We've got a large mushroom greenhouse and a large glass greenhouse. Between the mushroom greenhouse and the glass greenhouse, we have a John Deere with front loader and forks. We come across here to a little concept. Just here. Two Transtars with trailers. Not mucking around. I still love the sound of those. I think they sound absolutely fantastic. They look fantastic. The NL 1622 16,000 50 million litre silo is just over there. Big old brute. Are you ready for this? So it kind of gives you an indication. We've got two header trailers with two headers. Let's feast your eyes. Now initially you think, okay, it's a John Deere farm. You can kind of get the idea with the green. So we've got a spreader on the back. We do have a workshop trigger just there. And then look. Ah, dearie me. Seeder, planter, two harvesters, corn header. Is it just the one corn header? Oh no, the second one's there. I was going to say, that seems a bit odd. There's a lot of stuff here. And if John Deere's not your jam, that's fine. You can always get rid of the John Deere stuff and replace it with whatever you want. New Holland, case, whatever it takes your fancy, that is entirely up to you. We do have a fuel tank that's refillable around the side, just there, and then we have got main farmhouse, sleep and wardrobe trigger, and we do have a larger truck just there, the International. Now we're going to continue north. Let's see if any more of the big contracts have popped up. There's a baling one. I mean, to be fair though, baling 17,000. That's a fair chunk of change for doing a bit of baling. Right. Size of these fields. Oh, it's awesome. In here, carpentry. Now I said on the map tour yesterday on Panhandle, I said it had been modded and the sawmill did wood chip. The sawmill does wood chip standards. Because this one does as well. When you buy the land, you get them. Sometimes you buy the land and then you have to come and buy the production as well. No, once you bought the land, you own the production. If you look at the production there, you got your wood in, planks out, and wood chip. So apologies when I said on the Panhandle one. Oh, the other thing, it depends if you watched that map tour as well. Apologies to Schultz Modding. He did message me yesterday. When I was doing the map tour and I got into the middle of the town where all the houses were, and there was a playground. There was this massive climbing frame slide, and I said I think something's wrong, the scale's off on that. Apparently I missed it completely. There were a couple of signs that said the largest playground in the world, so I'm so sorry. So anyway, if you've already commented that, and massive apologies to Schultz Modding. It happens, you know. I always say that if I've missed something I do apologise, and it does happen. But anyway, there we go, there's your sawmill. We're going to cut across the grass just here. Up on this raised section just here, we have got farmer's market. That's just something I didn't check. Let me just have a quick look here. I don't think... Is it on? Oh, it is, that's all right. So yeah, the sort of the verges, the periphery, because we do own that on New Farmer off the start, you do have the ability in all these areas actually, which does include all the way down here as well, because you've got a lot of expanse. If you want to add more decorative items in placeables, sell points, productions, whatever it might be, there's your farmer's market. You can, yeah, the ability to do that. I always like that on a map. I like, you know, I said there's nothing more frustrating than when you've got a large area like that, you've got a big concrete space out front. And when you start playing, you think, oh, that'd be perfect to have this here or that there. And on some maps, you can't buy the land that they're on. There's other land you can buy, obviously, but I just always think it's a waste of a big bit of space where you could do stuff. So on here, you can do stuff. That's brilliant. Right. Next up, gas station. Now, if this is like the gas station, what did we have this one on before? The lift raises. I didn't come and check this, but I thought I'd better double check while I'm here. There we go. So if you do, whoa, sorry. Just come in and use your lift, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure they won't mind. Then we've got hardware Bob's sell all. So this is your sell point, or one of the sell points I guess, depends on where you've got contracts for, but this is your sort of sell point. And then that last bit of land we purchased, plot 27, is your cement factory just here. Now I didn't, I'm going to actually go airborne. I suddenly thought with the cement factory there, I better double check, because sometimes again on maps you have plots of land like this, we've got loads of forestry, and in amongst the trees you'll have big piles of stones or something. I didn't want to miss like a hidden quarry or something. I don't think there is. But again, there's tons of mods, there's tons of stuff out there, and with the size fields as well, if you're doing ploughing contracts, or just ploughing, not even ploughing contracts, if you're ploughing and you're bringing up a lot of field stones, you can bring them in here anyway, which would be quite cool. So there we go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the map. That's Sunny Farm by Brenon Gaming, Shantyboys Map Creations. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.